Decaf, according to online opinions, is made from the dirt, belongs in the trash, tastes like brown sadness water, and is like a hooker who only wants to cuddle. Personally, I've never had a decaf because I'm not weak, and probably because I'm Asian and we consume just about everything.
Oh my god, this chicken is amazing. Bro, what, this is chicken, yeah? This is chicken?
I mean, I can understand some people do get bad reactions to caffeine, like anxiety and palpitations. But I have a tip for you. Just say no. Legally, caffeine couldn't touch you without consent. So today with the Decaf Project, I will answer the age-old question. Is decaf really ass? And which method is the least ass? A quick background story. So when the project was announced, it sounded interesting because firstly it's Daddy Hoffmann. I mean, look at his hair, how can you say no? Also, it's comparing 3 different decaf methods and it being a live tasting event. And of course, being a cheapskate, I have to first look at the price, which Square Mile is my local roaster, and it was priced pretty reasonably, so I pulled the trigger. And of course, I did not pay £7 for a bloody spoon. Just 3 days later, the package arrived like this, literally. And apparently, I'm not the only one. I'm happy at least I still got a 3rd wave water sachet and the pencil. This is also my first time doing a proper cupping, so today I will be following Daddy Hoffmann's guide from the livestream. So let's start brewing. Start by measuring 10 grams from each of these 4 beans with the order of CAF, CO2, EA, and Swiss water. A quick look at the beans itself. It is interesting that the beans look more and more involved in domestic abuse. With the same grind size and water of the boil, we start brewing with 1:17 ratio of water. These are the best identical cups I have here, so don't at me. And after 4 minutes, we can start with some sniffy sniffs, and followed by scoopy scoop, which I was amazed by Daddy's technique in the live stream. Look at that.
Wow.
We wait for 10 to 15 minutes to cool down, and we can start slurping. I slurped quite many rounds, first to have a general idea of each cup, followed by a detailed comparison of each component in the cupping sheet, and finishing with some blind tasting, which the results were very interesting, so keep watching for that. So, what do I taste? First, a quick disclaimer. This is purely my subjective preference and taste perspective, incredibly personal, so please don't flame me if my results are different to yours. And here I'm doing a ranking for each component, with 4 being the highest rated. First, with aroma. I must say I can't really smell any big difference, but I rated Swiss water to be the most similar to CAF but at the same time the weakest, with CO2 second similar but stronger, and EA the strongest but sourish. When it comes to acidity, quantity-wise EA is the strongest but too overpowered and almost astringent, so it only gets an overall of 2. CO2 is weak and meh, CAF being lesser but best quality, and Swiss water get the highest for good quantity and quality. In terms of sweetness, CAF cup is the most complex cup, with the lingering sweetness, following by Swiss water, CO2, and EA. Body is definitely the highest with CAF, followed by Swiss water, EA, and lastly the CO2, which is the weakest. Finish is the one I struggle. What I find is that again CAF is the most lingering, pleasant complex aftertaste, followed by EA, Swiss water, and CO2 being the flattest. When it comes to flavor, interestingly I don't really like the CAF cup to begin with, tasting grassy, almost green tea like notes, and apparently I'm not the only one. EA is the most similar tasting cup, with grassy notes, high acidity, and a hint of chemical aroma. Swiss water tastes like a flatter CAF but without the vegetal notes, and CO2 being the most watered down cup overall. Out of curiosity, I did some blind tastings, first to see which cup I prefer out of the 4. CO2 immediately stands out again, being the least favorite cup. I thought I would pick decaf, but I ended up both rounds with Swiss water. I believe it's the grassy and vegetable notes that I did not like, which the Swiss water did not possess. And lastly, I did another blind tasting to see which of the three tasted most similar to decaf. And unsurprisingly, EA came out on top, with CO2 again at the bottom. Right, so what's my verdict from this project? Well, I think first of all three cups taste quite similar, and I needed to go many rounds to really find the difference. So in that sense, it definitely shifted my stigma of decaf being ass, even though they all taste less complex than decaf. Personally, I'm yet to have any negative effects from caffeine, but maybe when we slowly march towards the inevitable aging, I might have to start switching to decaf, and that idea does not scare me anymore. But for now, I'll still happily enjoy my caffeinated beans. If you haven't already, I would highly recommend you doing a similar cupping session to find the best tasting decaf that you like. A quick comment about the project, which many people online, including myself, did not enjoy the unpleasant vegetal notes in the decaf, which definitely skewed the baseline. And the square mile delivery experience could be better as well. Otherwise, I like the affordability, availability, and the education and awareness about decaf that this project brings. And of course, that is hair. And now, I would love to hear your thoughts about this project, perhaps about your cupping results, or about your opinion on decaf in the comments down below. Give a like and sub for the next cup and the next crack up.